It's that gorgeous lady in red. Let's talk about Stromanthe. What's up, fellow plant enthusiasts? My name is Dylan and this is Baines Botanicals. Today we're going to be talking about Stromanthe. Now, Stromanthe is the last prayer plant entry in our anthology of houseplant care. Stromanthe is a pretty cool plant. It's got these beautiful white margins and kind of light splashes of paint on the top leaves, and then on the bottom of the leaves it's a gorgeous kind of crimson pink reddish hue. It's just a really neat plant, and honestly, as far as prayer plants go, they're not really too difficult to take care of. Before we get too far into this, let's do this. Here is the taxonomy information for Stromanthe. And of course, since this is a prayer plant, we are in the family Marantaceae. Now, the only prayer plants are in the family Marantaceae. So, Maranta, Tenanthe, Stromanthe, Goapertia, and Calathea. Those are the 5. Is this one the easiest of the 5? Honestly, you could make a case for yes. I think you could make a case for that, because Calathea tends to just crumble. I mean, if you don't give Calathea the right humidity and the right water, it just tends to kind of disintegrate. Goapertia is not too bad, but they tend to get like brown edges really easily. Tenanthe also gets kind of the brown edges on the front, but Tenanthe is not too difficult. I would say Tenanthe is probably second place. Maranta itself, they just, I don't know. If you guys have ever had a Maranta, you know that they can just be kind of finicky. My silver band Maranta is doing great right now. It's a little thin in the middle, but it's still good. But Stromanthe, I don't know. I think the leaves are just a little bit hardier. They don't really tend to brown as harshly. They will kind of curl up though. Like if you don't water them enough, they will curl up, and they don't always kind of come back from that. But yeah, prayer plants are not the easiest plants in general, so just kind of keep that in mind. But yes, as far as varieties go, this is the most popular one. I believe this is a tricolor, and there is also one that is just green, that just has solid green on top. It still has kind of the pinkish red hue on the bottom, but it lacks the variegation. Those are fairly difficult to find. I've only ever really seen one batch of those come through in my travels to different greenhouses, and yeah, they're not that easy to find. Let me move this just a little bit. Now, as far as care goes, Stromanthe needs like medium to like somewhat bright indirect light. You don't want to give it a ton of light, because prayer plants don't tend to need bright indirect light. They can take some depending on kind of the variety and everything, but they really don't mind medium light. Really, where people struggle with care is the watering. They need a fair amount of water. They need to be kept kind of consistently moist. You can let them dry out ever so slightly, but you never want the dirt to feel like dust when you touch it. Like if you're getting ready to water a succulent or a cactus, like the dirt should be dust. But with these, you always want to have a little bit of moisture there, because they will start to turn brown. The leaves will curl, they'll just start to fall apart. So always keep an eye on it with watering. And the second part is humidity. They need a decent amount of humidity. And if you've ever had one of these over the winter time, you might notice that you struggle with it, because the air in our homes is so dry and warm during the winter time that it just sucks the life right out of these. So it's just something to keep in mind, that especially during the winter, you want to be doing the pebble tray method. You know, you really should probably have a humidifier, even if it's just a small one, and just have it kind of close, not blowing directly on it, but kind of close to your more sensitive plants that are kind of susceptible to low humidity. So your prayer plants, your ferns, peace lily, there's obviously other ones that I'm forgetting, but yeah. What else? I fertilize this just bi-weekly during the growing season, not at all during the dormant season, late fall, winter, early spring. These probably won't flower, but they could. Marantas will flower. I've seen Tenanthes flower, but not very much. Calathea, I've seen it, but it's just, you really got to have the optimal conditions. And so that's going to include a good consistent watering schedule, good humidity. The soil is just a regular houseplant soil. I didn't really do anything special with it. And the pot is not in terracotta, Christian. It is not in terracotta. This is a nice glazed pot that will help retain some of that moisture and everything. Give you guys kind of a closer look at some of those leaves that are just so beautiful. I mean, this plant is really just kind of a work of art. And I think that's why Stromanthe is probably the more popular of the prayer plants, between its kind of ease of care and just how artistic it is. So yeah, did I miss anything with our plant care? I don't think I did. I think that's all I have about Stromanthe. Let me know if you guys have any other varieties of Stromanthe that I did not mention. And what do you guys think of Stromanthe? I mean, I like it. I think it's a cool plant, but it is more of an advanced plant. This is not really a plant for beginners. So just kind of bear that in mind if you buy one. Don't be upset if you fail. Some plants are just a learning process, and even the most advanced plant care people struggle with certain plants, and this would not surprisingly be one of them. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for your subscribes and your likes, and for just everything that you do for me, the comments and just interacting with me. It means so much. So thank you for that. Until the next video, I will see you guys very soon. Thank you.